We're going live.
No. We'll do it live.
This is the Come On Man podcast. And here's your host, Paul Bauer.
Good morning, everybody. It's Friday. We made it. We made it to the end of the week. We survived, and the weekend's just around the corner. It's just around the corner. How are you guys doing? Last night was beer club. Met up with the boys. It was a good turnout again. This one lasted about 2 hours. RP Thor showed up, so we had a little bit of a celebrity, an author, world-renowned Amazon best-selling author, RP Thor showed up. And we chopped it up last night. We talked about all sorts of stuff, and it was a good time. I think the guys got a lot of value out of it. We had a couple of newcomers, a couple of new guys that were there. We had one guy who had just signed up like yesterday. So he showed up, which was cool. And I invite you guys to do that because you can sign up for the beer club and it's a free trial. So if you like the next hangout, if you just want to try it out, sign up like a couple of days before or the day of. Sign up for the free trial and show up and just see if you like it or not, right? If you do, awesome. Stay in the club. If you don't, awesome. Just unsubscribe. Like it doesn't cost you anything to try it out, right? That's why there's a free trial there. But yeah, we had some new guys there last night, chopped it up, talked about all sorts of stuff. Thor is just, his life experience is fascinating. And so him being there really added a lot of value last night. So Thor is actually in the Telegram group now. So if you guys do join, you guys can chop it up with Thor directly in the Telegram group pretty much anytime. So before we get too far into this, guys, be sure to like, subscribe, hit those notifications if you haven't done so already, and drop a comment, especially if you guys are watching live right now. Sound off in the live chat. That helps these go by much smoother. Because I don't like just talking to the camera, I don't like just talking to the camera or to my monitor here. You know what I mean? I like to interact with you guys. So sound off in the live. If you guys are watching during the replay, drop a comment below. Any comment will do. Your favorite emoji. If you guys are listening on your favorite audio platform, then give us a 5-star review. It's been a while since I went and looked on Apple Podcasts, but if you guys do drop a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and actually write out why you like the show, I'll be sure to share it on an upcoming episode. All right, guys, let's talk about getting professional photos taken for your dating app profiles today. If you have the money for it, I highly recommend it, right? I like to look at it like it's an investment in your future and your happiness. Okay. We were talking about this last night during Beer Club, but I was saying how, every man needs to have a purpose, and we all have the side mission of getting poon, right? It's like we have the basic needs in life as men, right? We need food, we need water, and we need poon. And if we don't have one of those three, it's hard for us to focus on our actual purpose in life. It really is. It really is. It's like, because you can't work if you can't breathe, right? You can't. Glenn Lawrence is going to find that out at Fall Fight Club. If you can't breathe, you can't fight. You know what I mean? But same thing is, it's really hard to focus on work when you're lonely and you want a girl. You know what I mean? And so I look at this as it's an investment. It's an investment, right? If you have the money, if you don't have the money, try to get friends to take photos of you. Like selfies just aren't it, guys. Selfies just aren't it. That sort of sub-communicates to a woman that you're a loser, that you don't know anybody if it's just you and selfies. You know what I mean? So try to get people to take pictures of you. Now, most guys have no friends. Most guys have nobody that can take pictures of them. I hear that all the time. So one of the reasons why I created Beer Club is because guys have no friends. Guys have no friends, and it's good for them to actually be social and hang out with other dudes, right? So if you don't have any friends to take photos of you, then get a tripod, right? Go down to Walmart. They're not that expensive. Go get a tripod and use the timer feature on your camera phone, right? Just go to the camera app and set the timer and put it on 10 minutes and then walk back and then do a cool pose, right? That at least gives the appearance that someone's taking pictures of you, right? It makes it look like you know people that could take pictures of you. And it's the illusion, right? It's the magic that we're trying to present here, right? But here's the thing. This is one of the reasons why I'm doing this episode. If you're not getting matches on dating apps, it's because your pictures suck. All right. That's what it is. It could be a little bit of your bio. You might have like a real negative bio. That could be it too, but usually it's not the bio. And but I might do a stream one of these days on just bios. But you really want, like, less is more with a bio. You know what I mean? So you get a simple bio. Women aren't really looking at your bio too much, but they really are looking at your pictures. And if your pictures suck, they are going to swipe left on you, right? So you got to get better pictures. If you're not getting matches, you need better pictures, right? And a lot of guys, they like to complain that only 20% of guys on dating apps have success. Well, that's because 80% of you guys can't be bothered to take good pictures. That's really what it comes down to. 80% of you guys just suck with dating apps, and you're too lazy to take the time to make a good profile, right? You guys would be in the top 20% of dating apps. It's really not that hard, right? Hey, CW, good morning. Thank you so much with the $5 super chat. We're not at the 8-minute mark, so you get this. This one. I got this for you, baby. Looking at the yeah. CW's the man. $5 super chat. Missed your Wednesday live, but hope to be in beer club next month. Yeah, definitely. Be smart about it, CW. Wait until I announce when the next meetup is going to be. And then, about 3 days before, sign up then. Because then you can sign up for a free trial and just see if you like it or not. Okay. So far, everyone that's come to Beer Club, like, they've enjoyed it, though. They're getting a lot of value out of it. I haven't heard anything negative about Beer Club yet. So that's a good thing. All right, guys. So yeah, 20% of guys are cleaning up on dating apps because they take the time to get a good profile set up. You know what I mean? It's not that they're giga chads. They just have good pictures. They just have good pictures, right? All right, guys. Before we get too far into this, be sure to follow me on social media. The links are in the description. And just like CW did, please send a super chat. That supports the show probably more than anything else. You can send a super chat or a super sticker for as little as $1. All right, guys. So I personally believe that there's 6 photos that a guy needs. Okay. I made this short last year sometime. This is what I like to send to people on my recommendations for the type of photos you need for a dating app. So let me just show that.
Dating app pics every man needs. 90% of dating app success comes down to good pictures. These types of pics are proven to get you good results. Get these professionally done if you can afford it. But if you can't, use a tripod and the timer feature on your camera phone. Number 1, a good headshot. Number 2, a full body pic where you're smiling with your teeth and you're not wearing a hat. Women need to see what you're working with. Don't be a hatfish. Number 3, a social proof pic where you're having fun with your friends or family. Number 4, an action shot where you're doing something fun and adventurous. Something like mountain biking, hiking, or cross-country skiing. Number 5, a mystery shot. One where you're looking off in the distance and the sunlight is making it so only your silhouette can be seen. That, or if you're a motorcyclist, one with you and your bike wearing a helmet. Number 6, something cute. Like you holding a puppy or a kitten or something. Don't hold a dead fish. It's not cute. Now, something to keep in mind here, you don't want to be smiling in every picture. The full body shot with you smiling is just to show them that you have your teeth. Studies show that women are actually more attracted to men with a brooding look or a playful smirk. Smiling in every picture makes you look like a nice guy. Follow me for more helpful tips.
Yeah. So now I got 5 of those ideas actually based on Richard Cooper's book, The Unplugged Alpha. And I actually tried that out when I read that, tried that out in my dating profile. I found really good success with those. So I adopted them, right? I adopted them. They're really good ideas. but see, like the truth is here, this is really what you're trying to do. You're trying to tell a story. You're trying to tell a story with your pictures. All right. Women want to join your lifestyle. That's what women really want to do, right? They want to join a man's lifestyle. And so you got to show that you live an interesting life, right? So your pictures are going to showcase that. That's the idea. That's why you have the action shot, because chicks are like, oh, this guy, he's into backcountry skiing and stuff. Oh, I would love to do that. Like a lot of women don't just go do adventurous things, right? They need a man to take them. They need a man to take them on the adventurous things and show them like a good time, right? So if you just have various selfies around your house, you're showing that you have a boring life. You have nothing going on for you. And I've seen guys do this. Like I've seen guys dating app profiles. It's literally 5 pictures of them in the same outfit in different places around their house. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You know what I mean? You got to take some effort here, man. You know, you don't want all 5 pictures need to be in different locations at least, right? Different outfits. You got to be showing something that's going on. Guys, if you guys didn't know, I'm being challenged for the World Manosphere Championship here next weekend. I'm going to be in Vegas, and Glenn Lawrence and I are going to settle our differences in the ring. He's going to try to take the World Manosphere Championship from me. Let me play a commercial for that, and then we'll get back into this.
The time has come. Time to put up or shut up. For the last several months, people have been asking me, are you really going to fight Glenn Lawrence? Are you really going to settle things like men in the center of a ring? The answer's always been, hell yes. The question is, how do you get tickets? Unfortunately, you can't see it live in person. Big Valley Wrestling says something about liabilities or whatever, but it is going to be filmed. So while we're flying out to Vegas and we're settling things in the ring October 7th at Fall Fight Club, you won't be able to see it till a week or two later on pay-per-view. But the good news is you can buy your tickets now. If you go to fight.comeonmanpod.com or click the link in my bio, you can get your tickets and secure your seat to the fight of the century. It's going to be the first ever Manosphere fight that actually takes place. A lot of these guys in the space talk a good game. They like to beef with each other and challenge each other to boxing matches. But unlike those jabronis, Glenn and I are putting our money where our mouths are, and we're actually going to do it. If you want to support me, your World Manosphere Champion, buy your tickets now. You're not going to miss it.
That jabroni, he's going to wish he never challenged me. Let me just put that out there right now. He's going to wish he never challenged me. All right, guys. So getting back to pictures. So yeah, I think hiring a professional photographer is definitely worth the money. It's an investment in your success and happiness. I mentioned that before, right? And, but you got to understand that not all photographers are the same. Not all photographers are the same. I had a client, this poor guy, man, he was working with a different dating coach before me. That dating coach has a photographer, a go-to photographer that he sends all of his clients to. Usually when guys are doing stuff like that, when coaches are doing stuff like that, they're getting a kickback. They're getting a piece of the pie, right? And so this guy says, "Oh, use my photographer. He's really good. He's really good at dating app profiles, right?" And the thing was, my client had to not only buy the package, the photo package, he had to fly out to where the photographer was. So he ended up spending like a couple grand on these profile pics. And they just aren't performing well on dating apps, right? And so you got to understand, like, not all photographers are the same, right? And you really want to vet your photographer. Like, you know, you don't want to just take a coach's word for it and say, "Hey, use my guy," right? You got to do some of your own homework, right? do some of your own homework and find someone local. Like, you shouldn't be spending thousands of dollars on a photo shoot. There's just no reason for it. There's plenty of local photographers, at least in your state, right? Where you could drive maybe an hour or two to go find someone that will take good pictures for you, right? You shouldn't be like hopping on a plane and flying to another state to get these done. It's not necessary. Okay. And you got to understand, like, you got to look at, do some of your homework first. We're going to talk about how to do this. So one of the things that we did, so this is what I do, right? I don't have a go-to photographer. If you hire me as a coach, I don't have like someone that I'm getting kickbacks from. I will help you find someone local. And this is what I do. This is my process, right? I will go and I'll look for photographers in your area or as close to your area as possible, right? Because this guy, he lives in this one city. There's no photographers in his city. So I started branching out, and I found a photographer for him that's about an hour and a half away from him. And they specialize in dating app pictures, right? And so, well, we'll get into that a little bit here. I'm sort of getting ahead of myself. What we ended up doing with these pictures, because they just weren't performing, is I uploaded them to a site called Photo Feeler. Let me just pull this up here. We're going to share this tab. This is a little site called Photo Feeler, right? Photofeeler.com. I learned about this from my one of the coaches that works for my friend Benny. And this is what they did. And so I learned about this. It's actually really great. I'm going to drop it in the chat here. It's called photofeeler.com. Does cost a little bit of money, but it's cheap, right? Like $10 or whatever. You buy some credits, you upload your pictures to this, and it's basically crowdsourced. So people will go through and rate your pictures based on different things, right? So like this one's smart, trustworthy, or attractive. A lot of guys get all excited that, hey, they rated me as smart and trustworthy. That's good guy beta shit. Okay. You don't care about that. You really want the attractive score to do well, right? So we uploaded all the pictures that this guy took, with, like, he spent thousands of dollars on. We uploaded them to Photo Feeler, and they all came back with like scores of like 6 or below, right? That you really want to upload your pictures. The goal is to have an attractive score of 7 or above. All right. That's how you know your pictures are probably going to do well on a dating app, is if you get a higher score in the attractiveness, right? So that's the goal here. And so, yeah, his pics didn't score above a 6. It's not that he's a bad looking dude. He's actually not a bad looking dude. It's just the photographer put him in outfits that didn't really suit him. They they posed him in very nice guy poses, and it just didn't capture what women are looking for, right? Didn't capture what women are looking for. Let me remove that here. Guys, check out my Practical Law of Attraction course, loa.comeonmanpod.com. So besides your story, so going back to what we're trying to do with dating app photos here, right? I said you really want to be telling a story with your pictures. Besides your story, photos need to showcase masculine body language. Okay. Your photos need to be really masculine. You know what I mean? And you got to have a photographer that sort of understands this. They need to understand what masculine body language looks like, right? Sort of like wide open, body language, nothing that's closed off. You don't want to be sitting in a chair with your legs all cross-legged. That's very feminine, right? You want to sort of man spread, that kind of thing, right? You need a photographer that understands this. Okay. Another thing too is you need a photographer that understands what I like to call smile theory. All right. Smile theory. What's smile theory? Well, just like my YouTube short said, studies show that women are more attracted to guys that have a brooding look, or even just a playful smirk, but not a full-on toothy smile, because that makes you look like a nice guy. And if you just to sort of prove my point, if you go to Google Images and do a search for masculine male model, you'll notice that none of these guys are smiling in any of these fucking pictures. None of them, right? None of them are smiling. They all got like sort of a brooding look. This guy here has a playful smirk, right? This it says this young, sexy male model right here. This one's sort of in the middle. He's got a playful smirk, but he doesn't have a toothy smile. Okay. This one guy here is smiling, but that's like the exception to the rule, right? But all these guys have a brooding look or a playful smirk. Okay. A lot of you guys, or especially you guys in the 3% man group, right? One of the things that we sort of always try to do is think of, what would James Bond do? What would James Bond do? Well, if you do a search for James Bond, right? Do a search for James Bond. He's not smiling in any of these pictures either. He's got sort of a playful smirk, right? Or a brooding look. Same thing. Same thing, right? Same thing. You don't want to be smiling every picture, or you're going to look like a beta nice guy. Okay. Okay. You guys get the idea. What photo feeler is the new hot or not? Yeah. But I mean, it's helpful. It's helpful, right? It's helpful to understand which pictures are probably going to perform better for you on a dating app. So it's useful. Whereas I would say hot or not is almost like it's almost like an ego trip, right? So yeah, so do that yourself, right? Do a search for masculine male models and try to emulate what those guys are doing, right? Try to do that. All right, guys. I've been trying to spread these out throughout shows. Okay. But join the beer club. We just had our meetup last night. I talked about it early on in the podcast. It's only $10 a month. It's a good outlet for guys to get together and, chop it up. Just talk about guy stuff. Most guys don't have an outlet like that. So check that out. The next one will be next month here in October. And then get on the email list, guys, list.comeonmanpod.com. You'll get a PDF with 20 dating app openers that are guaranteed to capture a woman's attention in the first 7 words. I misspoke. I was listening back to the podcast on Wednesday, and sometimes my mouth is moving faster than my brain, and especially in the morning, and I misspoke. I said the first 20 words. No, it's the first 7 words that'll capture a woman's attention. I hate that. I listened back and I'm like, God, why did I say that? That's not what I meant. And then also on top of that, I'll send you some free stickers. Okay. So check that out. So this is what I do when I'm trying to find a local photographer for you. I go on their website and I look at their pictures, right? If they don't have a website with pictures, I'm not even going to bother. I'm not going to go down to their office and look at photo albums, right? Like this, the 1940s and shit. I'm going to look at their website, and most photographers have a online portfolio nowadays, right? Look at their photos. Do the men in the dating app photos that they're taking, do they look masculine? Do they look like male masculine models here? Right? Do they look like these guys, or are they all smiling, looking all gay and shit? Right? You want a photographer where the guys look masculine and you're like, okay, no, those guys look like alphas shit, right? You want a photographer that can capture that. Okay. Then you want to download a handful of their photos and you want to upload them to Photo Feeler. And if their photos aren't performing well on Photo Feeler, don't hire them. Don't hire them, right? They need to, on Photo Feeler, like I said before, they need to rate as a 7 or better. So if you find a photographer, you upload their pictures and a majority of them are rated 7 or better, they're probably a good photographer, okay? Then you want to actually get them on the phone and talk to them, ask them about masculine body language. Do they know what they're talking about, right? Do they understand what it is that women actually respond to? Okay. Because a lot of photographers don't even realize it. They'll have you smiling in every goddamn picture and you'll look like a beta nice guy. Okay. But like I said, studies show that women are more attracted to guys with a brooding look or even a playful smirk. Okay. Cause you look sort of like a bad boy, right? You look sort of edgy, and women are more attracted to that type of guy, right? Why do women always go for the asshole? They just do. It makes them feel safe. It makes them feel safe. Okay. So the photographer that I ended up finding for my client, I talked to that guy. That guy knew everything about this stuff. He was like, oh yeah, no, I make sure I talk. He gets them jazzed up too, because one thing you'll find is with some guys, they're nervous, right? They're nervous. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know what to do with their hands, and photographers will just start taking pictures of that kind of crap. You know what I mean? So this photographer is like, no, I work with the guys. I get them in a good mood. I get them jazzed up so they have good energy, and then I capture it. Right? It's like, cool. You want a photographer that'll do stuff like that. He also said something to me that I thought was really good too. He's like, I always try to capture their eyes. Right? I try to like get the client thinking about certain things, so I could capture that in their eyes, because your eyes are like the window to your soul, right? And women do really focus on your eyes. And so the guy really tries to get like a good shot of your eyes in every photo, because your eyes will tell a story, you know? Actually, if you look at like Time magazine and stuff like that, some of their like award-winning, and what else is it? National Geographic. I think National Geographic had like a Pulitzer Prize once for a photo of a woman, because it really captures her eyes so much, right? And so that's an important thing too. And this photographer knew about that, so I was like, yes, all right, you seem like you know what the hell you're doing, right? Guys, if you need help with any of this, coaching services are available. If you go to gumroad.comeonmanpod.com, I can help you with all of this stuff. I can do the legwork for you. Okay. Trying to find a good photographer for you. That's part of the package. So yeah, I'm going to show this clip one more time. These are the 6 photos that I think you should get, right? But the idea here is that you want to tell a story. You want to tell a story with your dating app profile pictures.
Dating app pics every man needs. 90% of dating app success comes down to good pictures. These types of pics are proven to get you good results. Get these professionally done if you can afford it. But if you can't, use a tripod and the timer feature on your camera phone. Number 1, a good headshot. Number 2, a full body pic where you're smiling with your teeth and you're not wearing a hat. Women need to see what you're working with. Don't be a hatfish. Number 3, a social proof pic where you're having fun with your friends or family. Number 4, an action shot where you're doing something fun and adventurous. Something like mountain biking, hiking, or cross-country skiing. Number 5, a mystery shot. One where you're looking off in the distance and the sunlight is making it so only your silhouette can be seen. That, or if you're a motorcyclist, one with you and your bike wearing a helmet. Number 6, something cute, like you holding a puppy or a kitten or something. Don't hold a dead fish. It's not cute. Now, something to keep in mind here, you don't want to be smiling in every picture. The full body shot with you smiling is just to show them that you have your teeth. Studies show that women are actually more attracted to men with a brooding look or a playful smirk. Smiling in every picture makes you look like a nice guy. Follow me for more helpful tips.
Yeah, just to rehash that, right? Crap. I think I've been smiling too much in my photos. Probably. Most guys do, right? We're all taught growing up, smile, say cheese, right? And so we fucking smile in every goddamn picture. And that's not doing anything for your attractiveness on a dating app anyway, on a dating app, right? Same thing goes if you're using social media, right? If you're using social media to meet women like Instagram or Facebook or something like that, you want to curate your photos really well, and you don't want to be smiling in all those pictures either, right? Yes, there you go. Motorcycle. I did too. So in that clip there, I talk about a mystery shot. What I used for my mystery shot was a picture of me standing by my bike with my helmet on. I look like a fucking Mad Max villain in it. It's a good pick. That's my mystery shot. So yeah, motorcycle. Chicks dig motorcycles. We did a whole Rule 0 on why you need a motorcycle. So yeah. Let's see. Question. Send a super chat if you got questions. Damn it. Question. Does holding one of my nieces count for something cute? No. Kids on dating apps aren't it. You don't want to do that. Kids actually repulse people, sadly enough. You just don't want to put kids out there. There's lots of creeps on dating apps. You know what I mean? So keep kids off the dating apps. I don't recommend that, but puppies or kittens, those are good. Those are good. Because it's funny. There's an overemphasis in being alpha in the men's podcast space, but hypergamy is dualistic, right? And actually that one awe, the awe factor that comes from Rich Cooper's book. Honestly, he said have a one cute picture, and that's because chicks do want the beta comfort in a long-term relationship, right? So you showcase that, but the other 4 pictures are all alpha. You know what I mean? So other 4 or 5 pictures are all alpha, and then you have the one cute awe factor pic, right? But you don't want to. A lot of guys have fucking fish. They're holding up fish because I want to show her that I like to go fishing. It's not helping you, right? Like, so many women complain about the fish pics, right? It's like, I want to show her that I'm a man and I can provide food. There's fucking grocery stores nowadays, guys. So your hunting pics and your fish pics, so many guys get so offended by that too. They're like, well, that's what I like to do. You can talk about that on a date or something like that, but that's not helping you on a dating app. Okay. It's just not. So do you want to fuck or not? You got to do what works, guys. Most of you guys are so ego invested in your fishing and hunting that you don't want to do what works. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, you don't like them single mothers. Okay. Oh, I hear you. Single mothers aren't for guys. I am one of the guys in the space. I don't have a problem with single moms, but they're not for everybody, right? If you're a single dad, single moms are pretty cool, right? Especially like they have to have the same parenting arrangement that you do, right? So that when your time off, when you don't have your kids, she doesn't have her kids, and you guys can spend that time together. That's the only way it works. If you got a mom that's got kids full time, it's never going to work. She's never going to have time for you. So don't even bother. Don't even bother. If she's got an opposite schedule, it's never going to work. Don't even bother. Right. And then if you don't have kids yourself, you have no business raising some other dude's kids. Right. And that's another thing too. If you're a single dad too, you don't need to be raising some other dude's kids. Okay. So just set that rule from the get-go that you won't parent her kids, she won't parent your kids, and everything's smooth sailing, right? Hey, thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. You get this because we're way past the 8-minute mark.
I was just going to say it. This guy fucks. Am I right?
Yeah, he definitely fucks the $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much for that. Yes, I agree. Like I like single moms, they're great. Nurse Chick's a single mom, but she has her kids. Like right now, I get my son back today, and she has her kids, so I won't see her until next week, and it works out great. It works out great. And then when she's here all the time, and she treats me like a fucking king. So I love it. Okay, so we talked about the 6 photos. If you can't afford a photographer, remember, use a tripod and the timer feature. You don't want to be doing selfies, right? Selfies are sort of a no-no. You want to upload your photos to Photo Feeler. And then you want to pick the best photos based on the attractiveness rating. And your attractiveness rating needs to be a 7 or better, or don't use the picture on the dating app. It's not going to help you, right? What's this? Making up for not super chat. Yes, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let's see here. This is gonna be a short episode today, guys. There's really not too much to this, right? You want a photographer that understands masculine body language, what women are actually attracted to. They need to understand smile theory. That if you have a photographer that has you smiling in every fucking picture, that they're not it. They're not it, right? They need to understand that masculine women are attracted to guys that aren't smiling so much. They have a brooding look or even a playful smirk, but not toothy smiles. And the only reason why I recommend a full body shot with one smile is, one, to show women that you can smile, and two, that you have your fucking teeth. And you don't want to be hat fishing, right? Like, women are so fucking bad at the camera angle shit when they're overweight, right? But you need to, like, there are women that don't care so much about your weight, right? Although I'll tell you what, I used to be overweight, and losing weight will help you a lot on dating apps too. It's night and day, because I used to be overweight, and I've been on dating apps when I was fat, and I've been on dating apps when I was not fat, and I got way more dates when I was not fat. Okay. You don't have to be ripped. You don't have to have 6-pack abs. You just got to be better looking than the other guys on the dating app. And half of that is just not being fat. Okay. Because 75% of guys are obese now. So if you can just lose that weight, you'll do much better on dating apps as well. Okay. But no matter what, you got to have a full body shot to show women what you're working with. Okay. And there are women out there that like thicker guys. Usually they're lazy chicks though, right? They're looking for a chubby guy so they don't have to work out. And that's bad. That's bad, right? Because there's a lot of lazy women that are like, oh, I could just relax with this guy. And then they let themselves go and get fat. Okay. They get intimidated by guys that work out all the time. You don't want to date those chicks. Okay. You want to date a chick that wants to put effort in, right? All right. That's pretty much it, guys. That's really all I have. Yeah. I mean, it's not going to happen overnight, but it's good that you're working on it. Right. But you also didn't get heavy overnight either. Right. So it's day by day. One of my clients, and we're working on losing weight too. And so what we're doing is, he's doing the calories in, calories out method, which is honestly the easiest way to lose weight, right? Just keep track of everything that you're eating every day, keep track of your workouts, and just consume less, right? Eat less than what you're burning in a day, and you're going to lose the weight. And so every 3 days I ping him, say, hey, what's your calorie count? Just to make sure that he's thinking about that on a daily basis and actually logging his calories. And then every Friday we have a weigh-in. So we started last week. He's already lost a pound. So he's doing good. He's on track. Right? About a pound or 2 pounds a week is really a healthy way to lose weight. If you're really heavy, it's going to take several months. It could even take several years if you're obese, but it's worth it. It's worth it to take your health back, you know? All right, guys, tune in to Rule Zero tomorrow. I don't know who's hosting. Keep an eye out on social media for that. Tune in Monday. My guest is a guy who goes by Colt Strongcastle on Twitter and Instagram. He's a beer club member, and he's had some beefs with the Manosphere, and I invited him on the podcast to address those beefs. So tune into that Monday. It's a fun conversation, and he's not wrong with his assessment. So if you guys haven't done so already, please, what do we got here? Please like, subscribe, hit those notifications. Thanks to everybody that sounded off in the live chat today. Follow me on social media. The links are in the description. Thanks for the super chats, guys. I appreciate it. Get on the email list if you're not on it already. Get your PDF with 20 dating app openers. And then I'll also mail you some stickers as well. If you guys like those designs, they're available as merch at merch.comeonmanpod.com. Get your coffee tastes better in these mugs. Check out my Practical Law of Attraction course, guys. It's a mindset course. And once you get your mind right, everything else falls into place. Again, join the beer club. It's only $10 a month. It's a good group of dudes. Just, solid group of guys. We just talk about guy stuff, right? It's good for our mental health to do that. And then if you need any help with your dating apps and getting your profile ready and how to start conversations and how to close, a lot of guys, they can start a conversation and they think that they have to build rapport on dating apps. No, you need to spike her emotions up enough and then close on a date at a high point, right? And then get off the dating app. That's the idea. I can help you with that. Coaching's available at gumroad.comeonmanpod.com. That's all I got, guys. We will see you on Rule Zero tomorrow morning.
This has been the Come On Man podcast. Now, go out and get it.